What's up, everybody? Brian Ronovech, LasVegasWrestlingScene.com, and another edition of News and Notes. And actually, it'll be the final one of March. I think it's only the second one, but it's the final one. And I wanted to take a look at April. So I want to start doing some monthly previews with these two, maybe like I'm doing now. So maybe end of April I'll do something where we'll talk about May, look at the shows, and look at some of the matches that stand out. And of course, May is going to be super busy when we have the full Tilt Collective AEW weekend, of course, same time. We've already had a bunch of shows scheduled, so there'll be a lot to talk about in May, but let's focus on April today. And we got some good shows. In fact, the first one, because WrestleMania, of course, is this weekend, but Grap House kicks off their 2023 season on Friday, and their main event, Adriel Noctis and Chris Mounts. I like what they did with that. I don't know if you guys remember, but on Twitter, Adriel Noctis posted that Chris drove him 16 hours to Idaho when he moved back to Idaho, and Mounts said on Twitter, well, I'd do it again. Well, they're going to step in the ring after Noctis turned on him. I think that'll be an interesting match. I'm curious to see how Chris is in the ring. I'm sure he'll do a good job. Hopefully he'll get the win. The Exile are teaming up with Cutthroat Cody Croft. I find that to be a really interesting match. Jay Vidal, who is officially back in Vegas, he's wrestling Ace Perry. Impact Wrestling's Jay Vidal, I should say. So it's a pretty good card. Papa Yase's on the card against Richie Coy. I really like Richie Coy's game. That should be a good one. Hoodfoot and Sonico are on the card. I'm sure I missed somebody. But I would imagine Sandra's on it. I probably just don't have it on the calendar. But Grap House is back on April 8th. So that'll be next Saturday. And then the following weekend, on the 13th and the 14th, and the 14th, 15th, and 16th is FSW High Octane. That'll be Cutthroat Cody Croft and Damian Drake. That's going to be a really good match, I think. Those two have never faced each other before, which I think will be certainly interesting in its own right. Two Vegas stars. Coach versus student, teacher versus student. And the fact that they've never met in singles. They've wrestled against each other in tag team. They've been in scrambles, but this will be their first 1v1. Certainly looking forward to that one. Pride Style, Head Over Heels is back. They have a unique match on this card I want to talk about. Especially since I don't have Sandra's match on the Grap House show. And I am quite excited about Grap House. I'll be covering that show, barring anything unexpected. I'll be there on Saturday night covering as Dino Marks is on assignment, and he won't be available for the show. But the match there's two really good. The tag match, Sky High versus Death and Desire. I guess that's what Jin Sabani and Chris Nasty are calling themselves, sans Bovey. This Bovey top tier Bovey is out of there. But Chris and Jin will be just fine by themselves, depending on how long that lasts. But they take on Sky High, and certainly a unique match. Sky High needs new teams to face. They've pretty much faced everybody in Las Vegas at this point, so definitely excited to see this one. This should be a really good one. You get the high-flying team against... Nasty can jump around the ring too, for sure, but man, that guy just hits home runs. I mean, this guy just brings... He is trying to knock you out with every shot, and if... He's certainly been a stalwart with Pride Style. I'm wondering when you're going to start hearing his name coming up in title shots. Unless he's just going to do the tag team thing. But if he decides to go singles, there's no reason he shouldn't be able to be knocking on Sandra Moon's door. And that would be some kind of match. But speaking of Sandra Moon, they have a Carnival of Champions, they're calling it, where it's Alice Blair and Las Vegas Murder Scene, and Sandra Moon. It's not 2 versus 1, it is 1v1v1, but it doesn't say triple threat. anything like that. So I'm not real sure where they're going with this, but Pride Style likes doing stuff like that. Remember they did the S4TB match. Like they're not afraid to just throw everybody together. So looks like that's kind of what they got going on with this Carnival of Champions. So I'm curious. It's going to be good. Remember Sandra and Laz had that deathcore match last year that Dino covered, and I don't know why it doesn't just go right back to April. I need to talk to whoever runs this site. And then Versus will be back with the spring breakdown on Sunday. Dark Arts returns on Thursday the 20th. That's going to be at the Nerd, 9 p.m. Bring Raps. I think that's a pretty cool name for a show. Those Nerd Bar shows, even if they don't sometimes get huge crowds, the people that are there are in it. And but they've done pretty well at the Nerd. They're having a good time over there. They really have their own unique brand of pro wrestling, and you know it's fun to watch. It really is fun. They you know have some really good talent. Cal Jack, Mecha Wolf, the Super Beast, Funny Bones there, Brett the Threats there, Bad King Marcus Anderson. They certainly have some quality there. They're putting on the good shows. They're about every month, every 2 months, and they also did one this past week in Los Angeles for Mania Week. So good on Dark Arts. Good to see them making things work at the Nerd. So Big Valley will be back that weekend too, the 22nd and 23rd with Anime Slam. Really unique thing they got going for you anime fans if you were intending on going anyway. I guess they're going to have a Goku Notaru. Gosh, I probably just totally destroyed that. Shoot. Naruto. That's it. Naruto and Goku as a dream match. It's going to be 2 wrestlers. And the names I'm hearing, I don't know if they've announced it yet. But I'm not sure. I don't want to say who it is, but the names I'm hearing it's going to be a really good match. And it's like an anime dream match. But they're going to do different things like that, where they're going to have anime characters and against anime. I think they've even got something scheduled where they're going to do anime characters versus Big Valley wrestlers. So this is out of the mind of Ricky Tenacious. So you know it's going to be really cool. So that's the 22nd and the 23rd. And that is let me double check on this. Is this at the World Market Center? Yeah. So this is at the World Market Center, 475 Grand Central Parkway. So that's going to be those will be good. Those will be fun. And they've got some good talent scheduled for the show. Then at the end of the month, April 30th, Lucha Vavoom, let's talk about that. They're on the schedule 27th, 28th, 29th. I've never seen the show. Dino Mark said the show is great. We'll see if we can send him back in there deep into the bowels of the Las Vegas wrestling underground and see what Dino came up with. And really quick, if you guys did not read his Undertaker piece about the One Dead Man show, I think he really did a great job talking about that. I really, really enjoyed that article. He mixes his usual humor in it, which is what makes Dino so good. But I think he did a really good job with this one. He didn't give just, if you get a chance to check it out on the site, it's there. But anyway, maybe we can sneak him into Lucha Vavoom. But Day of Reckoning, FSW's Day of Reckoning is April 30th. That's a 5 o'clock show on Sunday. Going to be at the FSW Arena. So this will be I think Day of Reckoning, I believe that's when Ice, is that the show that Ice defeated Funny Bone? Or is that the one when he wrestled Seppa? I want to say it's the Funny Bone, but I know that Chris Bay and Seppa wrestled in May. So I don't know. And I think it was May. And then Ice Wrestle. Oh, man, I don't remember. I'm not really looking right now, so please forgive me for not remembering. But anyway, Day of Reckoning, April 30th. at the FSW Arena. That's going to be a really good card, and I expect it to be a really good crowd because that's going to be a predominantly local show with the locals in the main event, which is what the FSW fan likes. It's what the local fans like. They want to watch their guys wrestle the people that they know, that they love, that they get to hug and talk to after the shows, or boo and jeer and swear and flip off. Either way, that's who they want to see. And so Day of Reckoning should be a really good show for FSW. So that kind of sums up April. Kind of went over a lot of stuff. But check out the event calendar. We'll keep it as up to date as we can, and put more matches on here and so forth. So I hope you have a great day, and don't forget to visit us at LasVegasWrestlingScene.com.